Today I'm reviewing this Architectural Digest open door tour of Dakota Johnson's home in West Hollywood. The original video has been viewed more than 30 million times, so I'm going to tell you everything I like and don't like about Dakota's home. Let's see if it lives up to the hype.
Hi AD, I'm Dakota. Welcome to my house.
Okay, first impressions here, I like the entrance to this home. She's got a bunch of bamboo growing here, which is not a native species to California, but it is providing a lot of privacy and noise insulation from the surrounding homes. But at the same time, humans aren't the only species that love bamboo. Another species that loves bamboo are mosquitoes. And so I wouldn't be surprised if at certain times of year, her place is just swamped with mosquitoes. Now, of course, you can spray for that, and Dakota almost certainly is, but you gotta ask yourself, is the bamboo worth the extra hassle?
I moved here about 5 years ago, and it was the second house I looked at and the first house I ever bought. I love wood and I love light and windows and green, so I just fell in love.
It's very obvious that she does love all those things. Even before stepping inside the home, you can tell that she's paid a lot of attention to landscaping and really likes having this kind of urban jungle feel.
And this is the living room. I hang out in here, I read. People kind of are always coming in and out of my house, and everyone hangs out in this room, obviously. Not only because it's a living room, but because it's like one of the only places to sit.
Okay. I actually really like this living room. It's pretty cozy, nothing over the top by any means. This particular area right here, this seating area, it does feel a little tight, you know, with these two sofas and a fairly large coffee table in front of it. There's not many ways to maneuver in there, especially with this small stool that's sitting next to the fireplace. What I really love is the use of natural materials. Brick on the walls, really textured sofas, you know, this beautiful rug underneath, and what appears to be concrete floors under that. So everything feels really authentic. And all these materials work especially well for her because she obviously treats this place as a bit of a natural sanctuary.
The furniture is vintage and the couches were original, and we recovered them in this amazing crushed mohair. And this table came with the house. I bought it with the house, which was lucky. It's pretty cool. On the bottom, it's bamboo.
Love that she's got the material continuity from outside to inside. This is a small detail, but people pick up on it subconsciously when they see the same materials throughout different rooms or between the indoors and outdoors of a home. And in this particular case with the bamboo, it's executed super well.
This is not an antique, this thing, but I have a record collection that goes all the way, and I just alphabetize them.
Love the wood paneling on the wall here. It looks super classy with the concrete floors and just totally works with this house. What I don't love here is the glass on this piece of art, which is reflecting the sunlight coming in from outdoors. She should have gone with museum glass here to eliminate that glare.
And this amazing thing happens at certain times of day, like really early in the morning, 7 a.m. Light from the sun on the pool does this on the ceiling, and I think it's the coolest.
That does look nice, but it would have looked even better if she continued with the dark wood theme on the ceiling as well, instead of painting those beams white. Because when you paint wooden beams white, it's like you're trying to fool people into thinking that this is not natural wood when it actually is. And given that she's leaning so heavily into natural materials in this home, I'm kind of surprised that she went with a white ceiling instead of maintaining the natural integrity of the wood. But also, now that we've seen a bit more of the living room, pay attention to how she's zoned it, because she's essentially got 3 different zones all within this one same space. First is this seating or conversation zone, which is zoned by the rug. The second is the piano zone in the corner, and the third is the zone next to the sideboard. And so even though the room is not large, she's been able to create 3 unique moments in here, and she's done a good job.
This is my office. I read scripts in here. I have meetings in here sometimes. I actually don't really get any work done because I get distracted by everything that's in here.
I'm not surprised that she doesn't get anything done in here because it is a very distracting space, especially with all this stuff piled up on the cabinets and the bookshelves. But I do like a couple things about this office. Number 1, it gets tons of natural light, which is good for cognitive tasks. And number 2, it's got an entryway direct into the backyard, which means that if you're bringing someone over, maybe an agent or someone else in the entertainment industry, they don't have to walk all the way through your home to get to your office. Instead, you can bring them through the back entrance and they can come straight in and leave the same way.
Let's go in the dining room. This table, actually, we designed it and had it made. I mean, it's a smaller room, and
she's right, actually. It is a pretty small dining room for a celebrity home, but she makes it work.
We didn't want to lose the rug and the light, and we kind of wanted the table to disappear. And these chairs look like little humans. They're so gorgeous.
Okay, first impressions on the dining room. It's really nice. It's just on the other side of the fireplace from the living room, so really just a couple of feet away. But because it's all in the same space, it's got the exact same bones. So again, we've got the same brick on the fireplace, the same concrete floors, and the same wood paneled walls, all this natural light coming in from the pool area outside. And again, she's decided to create this zone for the dining area here by using this really washed out rug underneath, which is large enough for all the chairs to pull out fully and still sit on top of, which is important when you're choosing the size of a rug for your dining area.
I have some crystals, yeah. This one is cool because it has a dandelion inside. Isn't that so cool? People tend to give crystals as gifts in LA, and that's great. I love them. There's a really big one over there in the corner. That guy, that crystal is crazy, and it projects good vibes into, the house and at people.
I'm not sure if it projects good vibes, but it is a little out of place here, just kind of tucked next to that door, almost blocking the door, so I think she can find a better place for it.
This is my little kitchen. We painted it. We painted it this green color. I love green. I lived in New York before I moved into this house, and then before I moved to New York, I lived in a house and I painted the kitchen green, but I totally up the color, and it was like the most atrocious color green. It was so hardcore. It looked insane, like terrible.
Very small kitchen, and I'm trying to figure out if it's just from the lighting or if there's actually a difference in the green color on the upper cabinets and the lower cabinets. You would want that to be the same, but maybe it's just because of the light reflecting off of the countertops that makes the upper cabinets look lighter. I'm not quite sure.
It looked insane, like terrible. But then I got it right on this one, I think.
Love the skylighting here because other than this window we see here, there's actually not that much natural light coming into the kitchen directly. But because she's got so much natural light coming in from above, she was able to go with this darker green tone on the cabinets, and it still totally works.
I love cooking. I cook a lot and I bake a lot. I love limes. I love them. They're great. I love them so much, and I like to present them like this in my house.
Okay, interesting piece of history here. Dakota actually came out after the fact, after this was released, and admitted that she didn't even know the limes were in the kitchen when she was doing this tour. In fact, she also said that she's actually allergic to limes.
I actually didn't even know that they were in there. I was giving the tour and went into the kitchen, and it was set dressing. I'm allergic to limes.
It really makes you question if these Hollywood celebrities are still in acting mode when they're doing these home tours. They're supposed to be genuine and giving you a real look into their real lives, but when someone says something like this, it really just, I don't know, it makes you wonder whether these home tours are actually legit or not.
I never ever thought that I'd be like a dish person, because I don't get it at all. Like the psychology of it, I don't understand why anyone would collect loads of dishes, or people who have china and like china cabinets. I was always like, what? Why? I don't get it. But this is so cool. Here I am with loads of dishes. Look at these. Never have I used this.
I was just gonna say, I'm pretty sure she's probably never used these and maybe never will. There's nothing wrong, especially if you're a wealthy celebrity, with collecting some things that you love, but just don't fool yourself into thinking that you're gonna be using these when people come over, because you're not.
What is that for? Oh, it's for teacups. Got it. I mean, can you stand it? They're the coolest. Wouldn't you want to drink out of that? I never do, because they're too cool. They're just for sitting in this cabinet.
In such a small kitchen like this, I think it's actually a mistake to have these displayed in here because it really limits how much real usable dishware you can have in here. Instead, if she really likes how these dishes look, she should probably get a china cabinet of her own, put those in there so she can see them whenever she wants, but then use this space for more functional stuff in the kitchen. Because again, she did say she loves cooking, but at this point we can't really trust what she says because she also said she loves limes.
That's upstairs where my bedroom is, but we're not going up there. This is outside.
Right now, we've only seen the living room, the dining room, and the kitchen, and all of them have been pretty small. So I want to see more to get a better understanding of the character of this home.
I wanted you to see this table and chairs over here.
Pool looks disgusting. I don't think she's been in there for months. I mean, I don't know what's going on in the bottom there, or is there algae on top or something? It looks like it's not even being circulated. I mean, structurally it's beautiful, but the maintenance here looks really, really bad.
Because this was made out of the wood from Winston Churchill's yacht. I'm not lying. And I think that's the coolest thing ever. And look at how these chairs fit. Nobody can really sit in this table because the chairs wobble in these cracks in the slabs of pavement and people fall out of them, and Sucks, but isn't that so satisfying and amazing?
Seems like she's holding onto this table for the gimmick of the Winston Churchill yacht thing. If no one can use this table, get rid of it. Get a patio set from IKEA so that people can actually use it. Or better yet, replace these concrete slabs and pour concrete here so that you can actually use this space properly. It's dumb to just have furniture sitting here that no one can actually use, or worse, that they're going to get hurt if they use it. I'm surprised that there's been so little attention to detail out here when she actually paid a lot of attention to the details inside. This is a nice fireplace area that could get a lot of use if they would just fix the flooring here. Because with these stone slabs and the uneven ground between them, people don't even know how to interact with this space. And also, what's going on with the landscaping here? It looks like no one has landscaped this place in years. I mean, there's tons of weeds growing in between the slabs here. The hedge is just crowding the stairs. I don't think she has a landscaping team to take care of this place because she wants to do it herself because she feels very connected to nature. But the reality is she's just not doing it, and so the place is getting overgrown.
I finally recently got outdoor furniture. For a while it was looking pretty grim out here. This is like an amazing little double chair situation that I love. It's one piece.
It still looks grim. I'm pretty sure that never gets used either. It's just positioned in such an awkward spot. Why would anyone ever sit there? Especially with these more comfortable chairs right next to it. No one's going to use that.
I thought it would be really, really pretty if there were some flowers and things out here, because this house can tend to feel really masculine.
I disagree that the house leans particularly masculine, but I do agree that it would look great with a ton of flowers here. So she had the right vision for out here, but she never executed on it, and because she doesn't have a landscaping team or anyone helping her with this, you end up with a ton of pots, perfectly placed, full of dead flowers.
These chairs are not meant to be put outside. They're very delicate and expensive, but they look so good out here, so who cares?
Again, no one is ever going to sit there. I'm pretty sure she's never sat there. I mean, these chairs are going to get wet when it rains and they're going to start smelling and developing mold. No, I'm pretty sure this entire outdoor area is almost fully unusable, which is such a shame because it's got such good bones out here. A nice, long, beautiful pool, tons of space for a barbecue and a hangout spot. You know, you could build a bar there. It could be such a thriving outdoor space, but because she hasn't done anything with it, it's just falling into decay.
My cat chicken is buried here, which is not funny, but I don't know why I think it's funny to tell you that. The pool's heated a little, so I can go in it all the time. And also, it doesn't really get cold here.
Okay, she says she goes in it all the time, but what is this? There's a branch up there? Like, the foliage around this home is just falling into the pool. I think this might be another Lyme situation where she says she goes in the pool all the time, but I don't really think so unless she's dodging branches and getting splinters in the pool. This is not getting used either.
Let's go up here. These are some stairs.
Look at how much the hedge is crowding these stairs. They're just getting narrower and narrower as you get to the top. So if you were two people walking side by side, I don't even know if you could get through this portion at the top here.
That lead you to this place up here, which is a hot tub.
Also not getting used.
Which is so cold. This is this gorgeous, just randomly placed flower arrangement. And that's my bedroom. Sneaky.
Pretty sure that's also staging for this video shoot. Okay, so we actually didn't see a crazy amount of this home, but there are a few things you can take away from it. Number one, you can make small spaces look and feel good if you use natural materials and don't try to overdo things. That combination of brick, concrete floors, and wood paneled walls actually worked really well in the living room and the dining room. But when she tried to overdo things and got away from the home's natural roots with the white painted wood ceiling, that's when things started to fall apart and started looking and feeling fake. So in your own home, think about how you can incorporate material honesty and don't try to fake materials that you don't have. It just comes across as cheap. But the second big lesson here is that you need to take care of your space if you want it to feel good. Her backyard has completely fallen into disarray, but if she would just hire a part-time landscaper or maintenance guy, it would look so much better. And it would also add so much value to her home when she goes to sell it. So don't overlook the small stuff, especially in the public areas of your home. For $25,000 or $50,000, which is a tiny fraction of the cost of her home, she could have a beautiful outdoor area that she'd use all the time. But right now, it's just not nice enough to invite friends over to hang out there. This could be an amazing backyard for Saturday barbecues and Sunday morning yoga, but in the state it's in now, it's really only suited for being a place for her dog to run around. So I do like the interior of the home, but she really missed the mark on the exterior. So I'm reviewing a ton of celebrity homes like Dakota's, so make sure you subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. And I've also left links to a few other celebrity home reviews in the description, so if you're buying or remodeling your own home, you won't make the same mistakes you saw here. And if you want to see another beautiful home, this one a penthouse in New York, that's also made some terrible choices that are so easy to fix, check out this video up here. I'll see you there.